I've been duck hunting for 10 years now. And one of the most satisfying experiences is taking a bird that is 90% not interested and convincing that bird that you have something that it is interested in. And the way that I've learned to be more efficient at that is by using my call in the field. I've practiced a ton, and when I was first starting to call, I felt like a complete failure, an idiot, but you put in the time and you can improve. One of the areas that I want to focus on today is with the diaphragm. I used to sing in college, and one of the biggest areas that singing coaches would stress is your breath control, being able to continue whatever the sentence was or the phrase was on a single breath. And duck calling is the same way. First step I want to talk about is the actual intake. So, all right, my chest. When I take a normal breath, all right, I'm increasing my lung capacity from here up. So, okay, it's all right here right now. All right, well, when using the diaphragm, I want you to practice this. Now, I'm going to exaggerate it, but this gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. So now when I breathe in, I'm breathing into my belly. So now I've inflated this to exaggerate it, but I want you to feel it here. Now the difference between breathing out with your mouth versus breathing out with your diaphragm can be expanded and contracted based on your mouth. And I'm going to use a syllable. So I filled up my diaphragm. I'm going to breathe out with a deep note. You can feel it coming from deep within your cavity down here. Now I'm going to do it again, and I want to use a higher syllable in order to show you the difference in using breath support. When these lips go out, that's you're not using your diaphragm to call. So here's the difference. That's the deep sound versus the mouth. If you're not using the deep diaphragm sounds, your duck call is not going to sound right. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is using the diaphragm and the amount of air you actually release. All of us were children at one point. We all had birthday parties. You blew out a candle at some point in your life. Now think about when you were actually blowing that candle out. What were you trying to do? You were trying to blow all of the candles out at one time in one breath. Okay, the way that you can control that is to do a quick burst from your diaphragm. So we're going to breathe into our belly. That's with the diaphragm versus chest. You're going to hold that note longer for your mouth breathing, and the difference would be diaphragm versus mouth. If you're trying to call ducks with your mouth, it's not going to work. The mouth is only the tool to connect the diaphragm to the duck call. Singing in college, it was a struggle for me to learn how to be able to hold that syllable, whatever the verse may be, the chorus, whatever the note is. And the way that I learned how to be more efficient with my diaphragm is using my tongue to touch the roof of my mouth when I was trying to hold whatever note it was for any amount of time. I would like to hold the note. Ran out of air there. But I sang 5 words. And how I'm doing that is I'm using my tongue to raise, that was like a mid column, and I was controlling the amount of air that came out. So a duck call's the same way. If you can really control how much air you're releasing, you're going to be able to make a lot more calls consistently without running out of breath. And you're able to work a set of birds that may be interested but not fully committed. So that was a pretty long single note. I ran out of air there at the end, but you get what I'm saying. That was all from my diaphragm. So if you were to jump to the feeder chuckle, not air. You can extend your notes. That's all I'm trying to say. Practice the breathing in front of a mirror. Go to your bathroom, practice breathing in from your diaphragm, and try to sing a lower note to try to understand the breath coming from here versus here. And take a call and see how long you can make it. I think I lasted like 5 or 6 seconds on a single note, maybe longer. I'm not sure. But try it and come back and comment in the comment section and like this video so that I know that this is reaching you guys. Because ultimately I want you to be able to take that pair of mallards that just keep circling and circling, and I want you to pull them in, and I want you to see those birds with their feet down and know that you were the reason it did that. I had one swamp hunt this season, and for the first time ever, I used a mallard call, and I called back a wood duck, and that wood duck came back and committed to us, and I knocked that bird down, all because of my duck call. So it can be done, and there's nothing more rewarding than when you take your time, you practice, you improve, and then you use it in the field, and you put ducks in the water because of how much you committed to improving on something that you weren't confident in before. So I want you guys to take this, practice it, leave me a comment, like the video, subscribe, and I'll continue to try to make these videos to help you guys improve so that you can be more efficient in the field. Thanks again, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.